EU citizens in Germany. How to vote in the European Parliament election 2019. More than 4 million European citizens are living here in Germany, and we all have the right to vote in the European Parliament election. In theory. In practice, you need to register into the voters list if you want to actually go and vote in the European Parliament election 2019. And in order to go on the voters list, you need to fill out this wonderful form, Form 14A. And I will walk you step by step through this form, explain all the different points that you have to fill in English so that you understand them, and help you to make full use of your rights as a voter. Hello, my name is Chris Piak. I'm the Spitzenkandidat of Neue Liberale, die Sozialliberalen. We are a young social liberal party, and I agreed to become a Spitzenkandidat in the European Parliament election and to run for office because I feel that there's so much hate and so much division in the world. And I feel that we, as citizens who have roots in different places in Europe, we have a special responsibility to bring people together and to help them to understand that we can only arrive in a better future if we help each other achieve our goals. Life is hard enough as it is. We don't need to make life harder for each other by spreading division and hate. We will get into a better future for everyone if we help each person, if we help each other to fulfill our personal dream of a happy life. I don't want to live in a world where people are put into a box and where people put a label on you and expect you to behave in a certain way. I cherish the fact that we are all so different and that we all have to contribute something special to our society, to Europe, and to the world at large. And I want every one of us to be able to reach our personal definition of happiness. And the best way to achieve this is not by hindering each other, by harming each other. The best way to achieve a personal happy life is if we help each other. So, and I start today by helping you getting on the voters list so that you can make use of your rights as a citizen. I will share my screen with you. One sec. So that's very transparent for a politician to share everything with you. And here you see Anlage 14a, Form 14a. That's the form that you have to fill out and send to your Wahlamt or to your Bürgeramt if you want to be able to vote in the European Parliament election 2019, as well as in local elections. And don't worry, I put the link to this form into the description of this video, so later you can simply click on the link and you will find the form there. So one very important point of advice in the beginning. What you are signing here in this form is actually an oath. You are taking an oath that all the information that you provide is truthful. And to make a false statement in this oath is a criminal offense. So be sure that whatever you write, it is the truth. Don't make up stuff. And you start very easy at point 1 with your full name as it is stated in your passport or in your ID card, meaning your family name and your first name, all your first names. And also if you changed your name because you got married, for example, you probably have to fill in your birth name as well. The rule of thumb is exactly how it is written in your passport or in your ID card. That's how it should be written here. The second point that you have to fill out is your birthday that you fill out here. The election is on 23rd of May in 2019, and you have to be at least 18 years old in order to vote, which means that you should be born before 23rd of May 2001 if you want to be able to vote in the European Parliament election. Geburtsort is your place of birth and the country, you put it here. And here in point 3, you are asked to present the number of either your passport or your ID card. You click whatever is fitting for you and you add the number of your ID card there. I put in something here. In this goes, your passport number goes here unter Ausweisnummer. The date when the passport or the ID card was issued, just for the sake of argument, I will put in here today, and which government agency gave it to you. Here you are asked to provide the information when your passport was last extended, if that applies to you, and by which government agency it was. And now we come to the actual oath. Here you have to provide information, and they all have to be truthful. Point 4 is only I assure to the local authorities or under oath that the following information is correct, which is in number 5. I am a citizen of this member state of the European Union. For example, Spain, Greece, Hungary, whatever fits for your country, whatever citizen you are. Sorry, that's the right way to put it. In point 6, you put your actual, the place where you are registered in Germany. Maybe you are registered in one place, but you live in a different one. Here you have to put the actual Meldeadresse, the actual place that you are registered in Germany. Example, that could be this. That's not my address, by the way. So, point 7. Ask about in which voters register you were registered before you moved to Germany. In my home country, I was registered in this voters list in this community. This means, for example, you were born in Barcelona and you voted in Barcelona all your life, then you put here Barcelona, Spain. In this point, it's asked when you moved away from Spain or from the country wherever you are. And maybe you didn't move to Germany directly, but first you moved to another place. So let's assume, for example, you moved away from your home country in 1974, whatever. No? And here you are asked, where did you move then? Maybe you moved directly to Germany, to the place where you are now, but maybe you first moved somewhere else. Say, for example, you moved to London in the UK. So you put that place there. So the question here in this area is, where did you first register to vote in your home country? When did you leave your home country? To which place did you leave? Even though if it wasn't directly to Germany, you put in the first country that you moved to after you left your home country. And that's it. In point 8, here you are asked that you take an oath that you are able to vote. Now, some countries, they will exclude you from voting, for example, if you have a criminal offense. So here you make a declaration that, yes, I'm eligible to vote. There's no court rule that took my voting rights away from me. In point 9, here you have to declare that you are living in the European Union, either in Germany or in another member country of the European Union for the last 3 months. So from the point when you sign this document, 3 months beforehand, you lived in the European Union, either in Germany already or in another member country of the European Union. Here's point 10. It's very simple. It means I'm 18 years old or older. And let me tell you, it's obvious that we asked this because you look still so young and fresh. So forgive us for asking this. And if you didn't know before that politicians will just say anything to get your vote, then you know it now. Good. So in the last point, here in the last chapter is a date. That's the date when you sign this document. My advice is not to waste time, but to do things right away. That's the best deed. So why don't you fill out the form, print out the form, and sign it just today? And we put this date here. And here, where it says signature, you need to sign with your first name and your family name. And as you can see, you can't fill out this point online. You have to actually print out the form, sign it with your hand with your first name and your family name, then put it into a little envelope and send it via snail mail to your Wahlamt in your city or to your Bürgeramt in your city. So for the younger people here, snail mail, a printed mail, an envelope, that's basically like a 3D printed email. That's something we used to have in the olden age. And we still have it, of course, in Germany, because if you lived in Germany for a while, then you know that you can't do shit online here when it comes to our government. That's something we should change also, by the way. I lived in Estonia for 6 years, and here I'm on holiday in Estonia right now. And here in Estonia, you can do everything online. And if I get elected into the European Parliament, that's one thing that I want to do, to streamline the regulations so that it's much easier for Europeans, no matter where we move in Germany, no matter where we move in Europe, to do all of our administrative work, our government work online. But that's a side issue. So let me come, excuse me, let me come back to you. Freigabe beenden. So, yeah, that's it. It's very, very simple. It's just one document you have to fill out and to sign and then to send to your Bürgeramt or your Wahlamt in your local city in order for you to be able to vote. But if you don't do it, then you will not be able to vote in 2019 in the European Parliament election. And while we are at the matter of voting, of course, I'm running as an MEP, Member of European Parliament, for Neue Liberale, die Sozialliberalen. And of course, I kindly ask you to support me with your vote. If you also feel that we are at a point in time where we need fundamental change, and you want this change to be positive, you want us to leave all the turmoil and the struggles behind that we see right now because our old institutions don't fit into the modern digital world anymore, then I ask you to support me. I believe that we can only build a better future if we are there for each other, if we help each other, and if we create rules and systems that allow each of us to prosper and to help each other to create our personal version of happiness. I don't want a world where we try to fit people in or try to press people into a single version of happiness that has to fit to everyone. And I certainly don't want to live in a world where we divide people by their skin color, by their accent, by their heritage, or by anything else, and try to spread hate and division. We have to send out a message of love. We have to send out a message of bringing people together, and no one is better to send out this message than you and I, people with roots in many different parts of Europe and the world. Let's work together for a better future. I ask you for your vote in the European Parliament election in 2019. I am the Spitzenkandidat of Neue Liberale, die Sozialliberalen, and my name is Chris Piak. I hope you vote for me. Bye-bye.